Hey garden friends, I'm testing a new camera. I'm going to do a quick mid-June garden tour. I have been doing a lot and I've been loving it. So we'll start here on the back deck. I haven't got this all revamped yet. I've got a few more things to do and then we'll do just a back deck garden tour. But look at these petunias. Aren't they gorgeous? These are just regular petunias. They're not wave or the super petunias, so they will stay compact in here. And that's what I wanted with this one. Now not all, I said a few of my other containers like this, they're self-watering, they got busted when the tree fell and it knocked them off. So I didn't realize how much I enjoyed them till I don't have them. Yeah, so this one I'm gonna put petunias in. And here's some stuff that I need to get planted. And that one I have petunias in. So yeah. Why did it? Okay, so here is another container. Look at I love my self-watering painted wine bottles. See, it's in one of those terracotta spikes and it just lets water seep into those. Okay, so back here I got they're just linen towels to cover the cushions so they don't fade in the sun, but also they all match because they didn't match prior. And then I got a teal. It's close enough. The other one was a darker green tablecloth, so it matches somewhat. And I was doing a video out here. So look at this clematis. It still hasn't stopped. It is going strong. Doing beautifully. And my tree rose is getting full of buds. It's going to bloom again. So I'm hoping. I did put my gimbal with this. This is my new camera. And I'm not even sure how it's all working. I have a microphone that goes with it. And I don't know exactly how to use it yet. I just haven't had time. I've been outside as much as possible. And yeah, here's the entrance garden. This is a project I'm going to work on this coming week. Excuse the fan in the window. I want to get the irises cut back because there's flowers that they are obscuring. Let's hurry up past the fan. Yeah, I have a fan in the window to cool it down. We don't have air conditioning. When it gets super, super hot, we put up our swamp cooler, but it's not that bad. It's beautiful out here right now. So look at this. The wave petunias that I planted in these barrels are doing great. Now these are super easy to grow from seed. I know Park Seed carries the seeds. Also, who else? I don't know if Johnny's does. And yeah, and then there's one that came back from last year that's in the pink. So, doing beautiful. My daisies are going to bloom pretty quick, open up. And look at this penstemon. It is unreal. Look at that. I love it. And it will keep blooming for me. I'll keep it deadheaded, and it should bloom most of the summer. And down there, look at those are my rudbeckias. And down here, look at that double one. So, yeah. It's beautiful. All this up here is going to be redone. I mean, some of the plants are staying, but I need to weed it well, and I've got some things to put in here. I was thinking of putting my orange dahlias, my David Howard dahlias, and they will be beautiful there. So yeah, there's my limelight hydrangea and my Zinfandel is over there filling in. Look at my rose. That is the Katrina rose. Peggy Martin climbing along the fence there. It's been blooming a couple of weeks now. Still going strong. I think it just blooms the one time. Well, look at that. My Eden is reblooming there. Can you see that? I need to do some deadheading on that. And the clematis on here should be opening up soon. Look at this. I love Eden. I planted another one back by the studio entrance. So I'll have another one back there. Still love the iris that I haven't got to. They all just finished up, so now I need to deadhead them. And it'll all be good. Look at this. This is Sahara Mix, Rebecca. Isn't that pretty? Now this one's a mellow yellow. It's not as bright as like Indian Summer or the others. They're a bright yellow, some with orange in it. That's Polka Rose. I need to deadhead it, rebloom. Look at my Monarda here. This is, I think, Pardon My Purple. Now this one is doing, this was the second one I got. The other one, I don't know. It was as big as that first one, but look how little it is. So I don't know what was eating on it, but I have found gopher tunnels in here. So they've not eaten any of my other Monardas, but who knows? Who knows? Look at my Southern Charm for Bascom. It's just about done. That's such a pretty creamy pink. So yeah, look at this purple penstemon. I just love it. I'm going to take cuttings of this and root them to put over in the artist garden. That's over there with the oranges and the purples. I thought of maybe getting a root division of that and putting over there too. I already put Gaillardias over there. And we'll see those in a minute. But here's another phlox getting ready to bloom. This, I think I'm going to spread seeds down here. You see how this is all, I don't know what that did. Anyways, you see how this is all dirt. And I could spread seeds of cosmos there. That, or I had thought of some zinnias, but we'll see. Look at that. This is that salvia that blooms all summer long for me. Look at this. That's also from the Sahara Mix, Rebecca's. Now, does anybody else have these shrubs? These are the candy corn spirea, but look how they get so bleached out in the sun. I love them in the spring. They're beautiful in the fall, but right now they look kind of scruffy. The flowers are pretty, but they do start to look, scruffy. Here's my Nemorosa, my woodland sage, doing beautiful. This is the Artist Garden where it's purple and orange colors. Look at the Gaillardia in here. Isn't that perfect? So right in this area, right there, I'm going to put more purple. I also did put, just now planted a red Gaillardia. That's a deep, deep orange. It's nearly red. So, yeah, my geums look like they are pretty much done here. Let's see. I'm going to deadhead them and see if they rebloom. This is the first year they've bloomed for me, so I'm curious to see how much they bloom. But they've been a delight for the last month. So even if they don't keep blooming, then I've been happy with them. And they're very easy to grow from seed. Okay, let's see. Instead of going back by the fan, let's go up beside. Oh, it was cloudy and overcast, making this a little bit easier to shoot, but that's okay. I'm thinking I'm getting everything. This is a recording. Even if I don't post it on my channel, I know I have footage of mid-June. Today's the 18th. So now here's this daylily, and it's just doing beautifully. I'm not sure how long it will bloom, but I'm going to see. And I did some of my gomphrena down here. See that? And this is one of the roses that I started from cuttings from Beverly Hopper at her garden. And here's some more gomphrena. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm hoping this is coming out, because this is the first time really filming much with this camera, and they all behave differently. So, Katrina, I'm getting a little sun flare there. This is a pink larkspur. I thought it was purple. Then it came up pink. Now this is my woolly thyme. I love that. It does fill in where it goes. If it goes in areas I don't like, I just cut it out and pull it up from the roots. Look, here's another gaillardia. I think I'm going to put one of the red ones up here, too. They're very drought tolerant, tough, and bloom and bloom. That's a hardy geranium. That's ballerina. Is that ballerina? Elkie, sorry. Ballerina is a rose I have. And here's a coreopsis. This is usually much bigger, but you see that big pile there? It's gophers. I was going to use the castor oil and spray it everywhere. It's supposed to help deter them because they don't like it. And I learned that it irritates the worms too, or bothers worms. So I don't know, it's not something I really want to. Now this is kind of cute, but I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's kind of a peachy color. I had been pulling it out as a weed, so I still don't know if I want to keep it. There's my Happy Chappy Rose down there. This area also is getting thinned out. I just did a video on yarrow. Now this is the one, my white yarrow, that spreads very easily, and you see it's really spread here. But I will pull it out, a lot of it, and it pulls up super easy for me. I don't have any trouble doing that. So, yeah, the Jupiter's Beard. Here's one of my favorite feverfews. See how the flowers are double? I just planted one that's like pom-poms, or at least sowed the seeds, so I'm hoping it germinates. So look right here. Isn't that my pile? I was cleaning up in here. So this is my chartreuse on the loose catmint. And yeah, it was buried beneath stuff, so now it can thicken back up. It got floppy from all the shade. So look over here. This is another yarrow. Isn't this one beautiful? This one I do believe is Cerise Queen. Mosquito on me. My neighbor's weed eating. So if you hear something in the background. So here's some of my daisies starting. Here is Tiny Monster. This is another hardy geranium. Looks like I got gophers there. They are really bad. I've got to really figure out something. I'm going to decimate my roses and stuff. Okay, down here. More of the double feverfew. I love that. I gotta figure out how to, the screen where I can see through keeps turning off. I gotta figure out how to stop that from happening. Not that you care. Oh, look at here. It's another one. They are so bad. I am just stymied as to what to do. Okay. So let's go back up. It's going to be really pretty when the daisies open up. I don't know what's going on with these rodents. They've never been this bad, the gophers. So I've got to figure something out. So here you can see all the pock marks in my clover. That is the gophers. They love to eat the roots. But down in here you see some phlox. Here's one of my crazy daisies. They're closest to opening. Need to deadhead back some more of my rose. Some more yarrow. I find that the colors, they don't spread voraciously like the white. But I still have to keep on top of them. So another phlox. I had come out here, and down here you see this pot. Something had dug it right out of the ground. It was right over there. Right over there. And now they just about killed my sweet pea that was in there. See if it'll come back. I don't know. And I have my clematis here. My Princess Kate clematis. They just about dug it up too. Yep. I thought I was going to get out here and not have any glare, and the sun came out from the clouds. This is Jubilee Celebration. You can find this now because I don't think David Austin Roses carries it anymore. but Mountain Home Roses, she has it available, I think. I think I saw her advertise that or announce it. That's where I got a rose or two of mine. Look at, here's my rainy blue. Needs deadheading. I don't know. Okay. Nepeta, it's flopping. I need to cut it back. This is the cat's pajamas. And yeah, I don't know why it's flopping. Maybe that one's getting more water than it needs. My safari rose, look at that. Look how rich it starts, that color. Coral, and look at this. This Warsaw Nike clematis has just been blooming and blooming and blooming. That is one of my favorites because of its bloom. So look down there. The foothill penstemon is doing gorgeous. I need to pull up that poppy. I need to get back in there and get some stuff done. Okay, let's, oops, ouch. Gotta watch where I'm walking. Okay, back in here. It's a little glary. Maybe I'll pause this and do the rest in the morning so it can see it. All right, it is the next morning, and I'm trying to get out here and get a video done in the greenhouse on seeds I'm starting in June. So by the time you see this, it may already be printed. Oh, look at, oh, that was a beautiful bird there that just landed. I didn't get a shot of him. I wanted to. Okay, this is beside Primrose Cottage. And you can see I have the bark here ready to lay down once I weed eat in here. I just use the weed eater and just chop the weeds down at ground level and then throw the mulch part. This is Pathway ground cover mulch. And it does a good job of suppressing weeds. But yeah, over here I have roses coming up. This is Aloha. It is going to reach the bottom of this trellis and start climbing up it. And I don't remember what this rose is. I just plopped it here because it was pink and matched all the others, and it's doing fantastic. So over here, this rose just got pruned back heavily, and it is, this one is Noble Anthony, I do believe. So over here, this area is going to get cleared out. I'm going to move this obelisk so I can get around there easier. Because over here, I have this Vego tall raised bed, and I'm filling it with garden debris, letting it compost in there, and eventually when I fill it all the way up, I think I'm going to put strawberries in here. The back hillside garden, I haven't done anything with that this year. I need to get someone come and weed eat it for me. So yeah. Look, oh look, my daisies are opening up. I always love daisy season. And this area is getting planted. These are my lilacs. And here's a beautiful delphinium. I seem to be super successful with the lighter blue colors and getting them to germinate and grow. It's the cobalt blue I seem to struggle with. And I love the cobalt blue. So, okay, oops, almost tripped. Gotta watch where I'm going. All right, let's go back here to the secret cottage garden. Take another great look at the clematis growing. I still have a few things sitting around because it's still a work in progress, but it's coming along beautifully. Look at my Tessa, the D'Iberville rose. Transplanted that from one of the barrels next to the sidewalk, doing great. The other one is the one that got the crown gall and I had to throw it away. But here is a root division from this one, and we'll see, let it get growing. I have it in the container now to make sure it is the right one. I've been having time with thinking a rose is a certain color and then it ends up being a different plant altogether. So I'm just double checking down there. That one is Courage rose. Here is the Elsa Spaeth clematis that I got from Brushwood Nurseries. And I accidentally ripped it off, but you see there's new growth coming. So I planted it here so it can climb up the trellis with this rose. Having the clematis with the roses has been very successful in my garden. I just weed-eated this path. I'm pulling up all the bricks here for the center garden or circle garden. And then I was going to put the golden sage in the center, and I decided on this pink morn petunias. These are not the ones, they're not the wave petunias that get real big. These will stay more compact and within the circle and do beautiful. There's the golden sage that I was thinking of putting in there, but I decided around the bottom here with the boxwoods was a better choice. So you can see some of the debris there that I'm still working on. These are my miniature tree roses that I got at the Lowe's on the bargain rack. And yeah, this one over here got way too dried out. Look at that. Poor thing. Yeah. So I'm going to trim it up a little bit. And now that it's planted up in here and it has a spigot from the irrigation system, it will recover. Now this is my HF Young Clematis. It blooms so beautifully in the spring, and I'm getting a little bit of a rebloom. I will need to deadhead some of it, and it probably will keep blooming if I do. So down here, I've been working on this bed. I have not pulled out these strawberries because they have been producing the biggest, most luscious strawberries, but I do need to relocate them. They're right in the path to go back there. Look at that hydrangea doing so gorgeous. But yeah, I'll show you. I had come back here and I was covering the strawberries to prevent the birds from eating them. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm not putting the camera down there. Oh, there's a beautiful one. And then I watched a bear come back here on my Ring cameras, and he ate all of the ones I was trying to protect. So I'm going to sprinkle cayenne pepper around them. And bears always sniff before they start eating something, and they don't like getting a snoot full of cayenne pepper. Anyways, I just ate that strawberry. It was so good. All right, let's walk down here. I cleared out this area here. I'm going to propagate this Nepeta because it stays compact and really pretty. Now this one is my Walker's Junior, and it does get a bit tall and starts to flop. I think it gets a little too much water in here, but I don't mind. I can cut that back and then it reflushes with blooms and a little bit shorter. So this is the area I still need to tackle. Still has too much stuff in there going on. And that area too. But yeah, over here, this golden sage needs some pruning back. I don't want it to get too far into the bed, so I want it narrower up against the path. I see some oxalis in there that I need to get rid of. But yeah, here's my Dusky Maidens delphinium. Isn't that pretty? I need to support it up. It's leaning for some reason because it's really starting over here. And so I'll just pull it up and they'll grow straighter. I cut back my iceberg rose. It was just a little too wild. And so I need to thin it out and then retrain it up the arbor. This is my bushy boy, Veronica? No, bushy boy. I'll have to look it up. I forgot I had planted it here. I kept watching. What is coming up there? This is Mystic Spire Salvia. It's a beautiful salvia that does great in my garden. Here's another delphinium. They're just starting to open. And here's another one of the light blue ones. I see cucumber beetles. I have had a time with cucumber beetles this year, and they really have been making a mess of plants. So it just probably the weird weather we had this spring and all of that. So this is where we stand at the garden. Now look over here. Right there. Look at that. That's my squash, my climbing squash, and they're going to climb up this arbor here. Trellis. And then over here, I planted a couple of cucumbers, but it doesn't look like they're sprouting. So I will have some going in the greenhouse. Here's my Tropicana rose. Not Tropicana, I don't know why I said that. My America. I need to do a little bit of deadheading. Here's how beautiful, what beautiful color it is when it first blooms. Then it fades as the blooms start to fade away. I'm going to open my chicken pen door, or my chicken house door. There we go. My little babies are getting bigger. Let me see if they're in there still. Whoops, sorry. I'm going to put you over here. Where are you, babies? Oh, they must have went out. Must have gone out. Oh, there they are over there. Can you see them? Yeah. Way over there. Okay, my lemony lace elderberry is doing beautiful. Usually, probably in July, it starts looking really ratty. And I guess I'll just cut it back hard. I liked it because it obscured the view over to here, so this area, but I'm thinking I'm going to move it somewhere else. I had read that when it's super hot, they like it a bit of shade in the afternoon, and that doesn't get any. Look at this dahlia. Isn't that beautiful? That's one I overwintered in a pot in my greenhouse. So over here, I've got to get some irrigation put in for this raised bed. They have a system that goes with this, and I need to contact them. They had offered it to me, and I've just been so busy, I haven't responded. They probably think I'm a nut. Yeah, they said they would send me the irrigation system to test out on it. I definitely need it. It would be such a benefit. Some shishito peppers, I need to pot them up to get them going more. My tomatoes in their containers. So when it starts getting really tall, I don't know, you can really see this. Let's see, you see how this? I bend it. I bend the stem. And it makes the plant get a little chunkier. I'll just show you how I just do it. I just do that. It's very pliable. And yeah, it doesn't hurt it, but it does encourage it to be stockier. And a friend does that with his on his deck, and it sure works. So I do it too. I don't know what it's called, or I would tell you. Okay, so there's the inside of the greenhouse, and I need to get set up for my video. I'm going to see if I can turn this around. Just a second. So yeah, that was my mid-June garden tour. I don't know how it turned out because, as I said, this is a new to me camera, and I'm testing it out. I'm learning it. So I will see you in my next video. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I'm going to show you something. I don't know if I highlighted it yet. So right here, look at that. That larkspur right next to the path. Now it does want to tend to lean out, so I have some fencing, or some of that, well, I call it fencing, but it's really just a cattle panel. That's the scraps left over from making my rose trellises. So, alrighty, I've got to get to work on my next video in the greenhouse. So I will chat at you later.